Oh, we are starting a brand new prop build. It's going to be big. It's going to be very big. Oh boy. This is going to be something for Halloween that it's going to be one of two things, okay? I haven't decided yet. It's going to be something you either wear, so we'll have to build like a backpack so that I can hold it up, or two, we can make it so that it's going to hang from the ceiling. And what my idea is for this is going to be something called like a grabber that is going to be controlled by an actor. All right. Actor wears it, or the actor is behind it, controlling it as it hangs from like the ceiling or beam in your haunt or home haunt or whatever. That's the initial idea. How am I going to go about this? It's going to be tough. This is going to be our first monstrosity build. That's right. It's this new series that I'm starting where I make giant monstrosities, of course. Now, this is going to be like a 1 month build. I want to try and keep it under 1 month. Will it happen? I don't know, because my idea is pretty big and it's just me. So it's either going to be like a 1 month build or like a 2 month. It's going to be before Halloween. That's all I'm going to say. So to try and generate an idea, I'm going to try and use my 3D program instead of sculpting out something small like I usually do out of just clay or drawing, which I rarely ever do. So we're going to hop into a 3D program and just kind of doodle around and see what we come up with. So concept is done for this guy. I'm still deciding if I want to do like the arms and forearms, or just do the forearms and hands, and then we can hide the arm with cloth. But right now we got like the initial head here, which I'm really happy with. It's almost like a demented bird. Kind of reminds me of like, remember like Tweety Bird, where Tweety Bird like takes that, oh, what is it? Like a serum, and it transforms Tweety Bird into like a giant monstrous bird thing. This is what it kind of reminds me of. And we got like a split mouth, and like the beak is missing, or it's like pulled off, and underneath is like these weird teeth. I'm not sure if we'll go with like weird human teeth, or maybe we'll do like sharp teeth, right? And then we got up in here like the little ear things where birds can hear, because birds' ears are like just holes. So the rest of it, I'm going to figure out after I make the head. The head is what we're going to focus on. And with that, well, we're going to have to build an armature. And this armature is going to be tough because I got to figure out what we're going to do. But my initial thinking right now is to build an easel, a big enough easel that's going to house this giant head. Like, this is not going to be a small build. It's going to be big. And I have ideas of how to go about it. So we're going to build an easel that's going to hold a piece of plywood. And then on top of that, we're going to attach some wood and use some giant mesh. So instead of bulking this thing out with tons and tons of clay, we're going to build out a hollow structure using mesh, wood, duct tape, and maybe spray foam if we need it, and then a thin layer of oil-based clay. So instead of this thing weighing hundreds of pounds or 100 pounds, this is just going to weigh like not even close to that, like maybe 50 pounds. 20 pounds of clay, and then the rest will be like wood and duct tape and stuff. So it'll be lightweight, which we'll need. And then once we're done the head, we can unscrew it from the back, lay it on its back, and then it'll be a lot easier to mold. That is our next challenge. Let's figure it out, shall we?
So the important parts of this build are going to be your, well, 2x4. We got some power tools. Saw over there, very old school saw. So thanks, Dad. And then the thing that's going to hold it in place at the top to where we can rotate the middle part for like a better incline or decline of the easel is this thing. So we're going to screw hole at the top, put this through, use a little wing nut like this to tighten it, and that should hold it in place. And well, it'll do what we need it to do. So let's get to work, I guess. So we have a big old piece of wood here, but it is way too tall, so we're gonna have to cut it. But how much do we need to cut off? This is a real question. I'm gonna take off about 16 inches. We're gonna take 16 inches off. All right, 16, let's mark it off. Then once we cut this, we'll use this as the template to match the other ones as well. I cannot cut a straight line to save my life. They're pretty close. We don't need them perfect, but that'll do. Next, we'll drill some holes into the top through all threes and then put in the bolt. Little bolt. So that's not fitting, and that's that's the biggest piece I have. So we're gonna have to do some. We're gonna have to make the holes a little bit wider. There we go. So we just got to do that 2 more times. Comes the fun part. There we go. There we go. It worked. Oh, kind of. Oh, okay. Maybe. Ooh, sliver. We got the bolt in. Um, I'm just trying to figure out the spacing for this so that we have more of a wider spread on the legs. And then we're going to screw in like a little shelf kind of in the middle. And that's where we'll put our plywood on, screw it in, and then we can sculpt on it. So I cut this piece out from a new piece of wood because the wood I cut was not the right size. So I wanted to kind of overhang a little bit, especially for like a bigger piece of plywood. So it's a little bit more, has more stability on it. I'm just wondering if I want to do it like this or like this. It's probably a little bit more structurally strong if it's flat like that, you know? So I think that's what we'll go with, but I need to find a good height. Good height. Cute, bro. Shit. Why is that just being a dick, bro? Oh my god, why? And now put this on so we kind of lock it in place. Oh, holds my weight. So over 200 pounds, pretty good. Pretty good. This is gonna be more than enough. It might be a little bit overkill, but better to be overkill than underkill. So now it's tightened, it's not gonna go anywhere. And if we want, we can untighten it just like that. And then this thing will slide into place to put it away. That's a little stiff, but usually wood is stiff. But we can adjust it. If we want it more back, more forward. It's perfect. Okay. And now we just put the piece of wood on top. Just like so. Boom, we have a sculpting surface. But now we'll have to like zit, zit, in place, then we're good to go. You probably don't have to screw it in, but it might be safer too so it doesn't fall over, and then we can sculpt on this. Yeah. So I added this top part just so that the plywood lays flat, and then we can screw it in to the sides here, up here, and then down there as well. So we'll have a nice hold if we want to screw it in. So it gives us that option. Now that the easel is all done, we can start figuring out how we're going to make the armature on it.
to well, it's gonna be a big armature to make the head. So we'll be doing it in a few parts. We'll do the head, and then we're gonna sculpt that, mold it, and cast in latex. And then after, we'll do the back piece, which is just gonna be like no detail really. It's just gonna be a part where the cloth goes over, so it gives that like hunch look to it. But I might add like broken or torn off bird wings because it's gonna be like a weird bird monster. And once we do that, we can put it together and we'll have the head and the back part for like the hunch look with the cloth draping over. And then we'll figure out how to do the hands, the arms and the hands. I don't think I'm gonna do like the main part of the arm, but might just do like the forearms and the hands. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure it out when we get to that point. So now let's figure out how we're gonna do this armature. Okay, so we got these in place, nice and stable. This dude is becoming bigger than I thought he would, but he's just gonna get bigger. Because now we have to build that round shape of the head, and with that, we're gonna use some mesh. Well, this stuff, welded hardware mesh. I don't know how this is gonna go, right? This stuff I got, it was cheap. That's what we're using. So my idea is to bend this like into shape, and then using this armature to kind of like staple it to, and then around the border here to also staple it, and then wrap it in duct tape, and just see how that holds. You know, if it's too pushy, then we can do a spray foam, spray it in. I think that'll be fine because once we duct tape it, there will be a barrier. But let's try and mold this mesh to see if it works. This stuff is sharp, so I need some gloves, or so I'm gonna cut myself. Gloves, my mowing gloves. Well, the Work Pro Series gloves, not sponsored, but this is a good glove, so I'm gonna use these. And I don't know if they'll interfere with my grip or anything, but we're gonna try and just see what we can do. So this is all wrapped in wire because this might, I don't know if this will spring out on us. Screwdriver here, pluck that out, unwrap this, but be careful. We're gonna hold a firm grip on the shaft because this might shoot out at us. You know, I went from using smaller mesh to using gigantic mesh. I wanted to make something big, so this will do. This will do. Maybe. So we're just gonna wrap our fingers up with the wire. Will that trap our fingers? No, because we're wearing gloves. Right? So we take our gloves off and then we pull that off. That easy. Cool. Oh my god. It's gonna be a little bit more difficult than I thought, so bear with me. This is not working, but I have an idea. Bear with me. Okay, now that we got these here, I'm thinking we can like wrap the mesh and then like staple it to the wood to kind of like flex it into shape. That's the idea. Will it work? I don't know. Let's try. Okay, we kind of got it started. I think it'd be this difficult. It's not working, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and cut this down into strips and then just do it piece by piece. Because that might be easier than trying to handle this whole thing as one piece. So that extra wire is going to come in handy so that we can lash these pieces together. It's going to take a little bit extra time, but that's the way we're going to go. All right, we got the wire mesh all laid out. Now it's time to cover this thing in duct tape. Yeah. So this is just going to reinforce it a little bit more, and it's going to cover up all these sharp little points right there. So we don't want to cut ourselves when we're sculpting. I got a couple rolls of this. I found this on the side of the street, still good, so I'm gonna use it because why the hell not? I got 2 more rolls. That'll probably be enough. I do worry that this metal mesh is gonna like stick out of the duct tape, but we can always cover that with more duct tape. So let's get to work. This duct tape sucks. Every time I rip it, it does not rip properly. Gotta massage it in. Massage the duct tape. As I'm doing this, I'm trying to pull the duct tape tight because there's still some spots that are like sticking out, right? So trying to pull the duct tape so it closes those edges so they're not like poking out of the duct tape. But that duct tape is closing it, so we don't have to worry about slicing our fingers when we're putting the clay on. What is this? What is this? What the hell, bro? Get a great duct tape fiasco going on here. Ah! One more to go. I think we have enough. Oh, that is a lot of duct taping, and we still have some duct tape left. So now that the armature's done, in the next video, we can finally start laying some clay, slinging the clay. I do fear that it's going to take me a little while to get the general shape, because this thing, it's not perfectly circular. So we're going to have to build up the clay and really like refine it till we get that shape we need and build up that silhouette. That will probably be the part that'll take the longest, but I think we can do it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, follow, so you guys do not miss out on new and upcoming videos. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.